Seltzer and founder of Feeding My Kid, and in today's episode I want to introduce you to a personal chef and friend of mine, Maria Rivera, who is going to walk through the recipe. It's super easy and incredibly healthy. So I'm so excited to introduce her, and she's going to kind of tell us a little bit more about herself, how she came to be a personal chef, and then we're going to get started with this recipe. You're going to love it, so make sure you stay tuned. The recipes and everything are below, so don't forget to also subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Facebook and everything like that. But the recipe and all the instructions are going to be right below in the comments. So if you at any point start tweaking the recipe, please share your photos and what you changed in the comments below too. We'd love to hear it, and it's just so exciting to kind of build on each other's recipes.
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Maria Rivera, as Renee said. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here today. So we are making a granola using steel-cut oats and quinoa, and I think those are some different ingredients that we don't usually use in granola. So we're going to be using those things. I think granola is something that is really great to have around. It stores for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. You just put it in an airtight container, and it's so easy to go out and buy it, but a lot of those granolas don't have super healthy things in them. And so we're making one today that's going to have fruit and instead of sugar, and it's going to have all kinds of healthy and crunchy things, and it'll be delicious in your yogurt or your oatmeal or even just over fruit.
And the beauty is this freezes well, right? So you
It
can
does.
make a big batch and just freeze off individual serving sizes. And another thing I just wanted to build on, the fact that when you buy granola at the store, even though in theory it's healthy, what they do to make it preserved to be on a shelf, and just they add a ton of sugar to it, so it ends up not being the healthiest option to add to your yogurts and cereals. So this is something you definitely want to make in big quantities and just freeze so you have it whenever you need it. All right, we can get started.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So like I said, we're making a granola with steel-cut oats and quinoa. This is probably something you've never done before. Quinoa is an oat or a grain that you usually will boil like rice or steam. And for this, it actually toasts up really well, so it gets really crunchy, and that's awesome. So this is 1.5 cups. And steel-cut oats are, unlike rolled oats, they're tight little packed kernels of oats. So they're really nutty and they're really crunchy. So sometimes they don't absorb as much liquid. So sometimes you don't want to use them in something like an oatmeal raisin cookie recipe, but they're great for this because you want a really crunchy granola. Because of the steel-cut oats, this actually holds up really well in something wet. So if you were going to work and you wanted to put together a yogurt with some granola on top of it, you wouldn't have to package them separately. You could put them all in there together and enjoy it in a few hours. Okay, so now we're going to add some nuts. This is some chopped pecans, and these are some chopped walnuts. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon just for flavor. And then we're going to toss this a little bit just to combine. Make sure all the cinnamon gets everywhere. Some coconut oil. Coconut oil is solid at room temperature, so you want it to melt down a little bit. If it's not quite melted, you can just put it in the microwave for 10 seconds and that'll melt down to a liquid form. And then this is a mixture of pureed prunes and apricots that we pureed in a blender earlier. And I'm using this actually instead of sugar or any kind of honey, any kind of sweetener. And it's gonna make the granola stick together really well, and it's also going to add the sweetness without actually adding any added sugars. And we're just going to loosen up that paste with the coconut oil. This doesn't need to be perfect, it's just so that it makes it easier to stir into the oats. Bring my oats back over here. And then we're just gonna mix this all together, make sure that all of the quinoa and the oats get moistened and sticky. That's exactly what you want. So the coconut oil is gonna help to make all of the oats and the quinoa crunchy, and then the paste will just make it sweet. Okay, so now that this is all combined, you can kind of see the dark chunks all evenly distributed throughout this mixture. We're gonna add some unsweetened coconut flakes. You can see these are really big flakes, so you're gonna actually get that texture in there. It's my favorite part, is the texture of everything. And then some flaky, this is French gray sea salt, but any kind of flaky sea salt. The great thing about this is you don't need as much, because every once in a while you'll just get a bite with some sea salt flakes. And that way you don't miss the salt throughout every individual bite, because you're getting everything together. And you get kind of a surprise of salt every once in a while. Okay, so that's all mixed. I've got a sheet pan here that's got a silicone baking sheet on top of it. You can also use parchment paper if you don't have silicone baking sheets. This just gets poured onto here.
All right, well, I am super excited to try this because I have never had granola with quinoa and steel cut oats, so I can't wait. So we just add some whole fat. I'm a big proponent for whole fat. There's actually studies that show that eating whole fat makes you feel fuller and you're less likely to snack on processed snacks and other foods. So especially the kids who eat whole fats over the long term are shown to be thinner than the kids who eat fat-free. So just my little PSA, but I'm super, super excited to try this. This looks amazing. It smells amazing. I wish you guys could smell it. We just went ahead and added some blackberries. You could use mango. You could use really any kind of fruit.
Whatever's in season is best.
Yes. All right, perfect. All right, so how do we grab this? Just by hand and throw it in?
I mean, we're among friends. I think we should just do it.
All right.
Awesome, thank you.
Doesn't apply. Oh. All right, you ready? I can't wait for you to try this one at home.
Let's do it.
I love how crunchy that is. I can totally see how you could make this, throw it on your yogurt for the rest of the day, have it for lunch for work or for your kids in their school lunchbox. This is amazing. It's crispy. It's crunchy. It has so many good things to eat. So Maria's contact info is going to be in the description below, so be sure to reach out to her. Send us lots and lots of comments and likes. We want to tell her thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Had an awesome day, and we hope to have her back soon to help us, kind of think of new and exciting ways to offer a lot of the foods that we're already eating. Make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're really everywhere. And then check out feedingmykid.com for all of these recipes and more. And until next time, remember, we want to work together to take back that dinner table from our kids, get them to eat more nutritiously, and make our lives a little bit easier with these awesome recipes. All right.
Went in for another bite.
Yeah, I love it.
Too good.
All right, until next time, we'll be eating. All right.
Cheers.